Hey, it's Evan. Welcome back to another episode of the Mindful 8 podcast. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about planting seeds for future generations. As of late, I've been really contemplating what I'm going to leave behind. What will people remember me for? Will people even remember me? Will they remember the businesses I built, the millions of dollars I made? Or what about the impact that I had on them? The love that I left, the unconditional love that I gave off? What impact will I leave on the collective consciousness? We don't know when our last day is going to be. We don't. And that's something that I learned at a very young age. That at any given moment, our loved ones can cease to exist. Their soul can move on. And I'm not afraid of death. My only fear was fear of the unknown. And I always just reframe it as excitement. But really knowing that, any day is our last, we're meant to move on when we're meant to move on, kind of falling in love with that. And not getting too caught up in the rush of life and getting caught up in the mundane, but rather focusing on, what am I actually going to leave behind? Because that was one thing that all these ascended masters really preached. Yeshua in particular, just leaving seeds for future generations to plant beautiful trees that grow large and wide. So this episode is going to be all about, really sitting down and asking yourself, what impact do I want to leave behind? Yes, do feel a call to bring in children into this world, nurture the next generation. But to be on social media, what am I going to be talking about? A lot of people in my global circle are they're entrepreneurs and a lot of marketers, a lot of people in sales. And one thing that I'm observing through my perspective is people are kind of beating around the bush about, the shifts that are happening here and now. And that's okay, because I know that being selfish is the most selfless thing you can do, especially with what you talk about online and in person. And that's why, when I contemplate what I want to leave behind, it's this study of consciousness, right? And in particular, plasma, right? Understanding that this universe is a plasma universe. It's not a physical universe. I mean, that's a profound shift for somebody in their youth to grasp and to understand. I don't know about you, but I was not taught about plasma at all. In grade school, high school, or university, I was never taught about ether. But imagine that our youth learn about 0 point energy and 0 point technology and plasma and ether at such a young age. That's a profound shift in our event stream, in the timeline that we're all manifesting here and now, because that's how this works. We're all manifesting to a certain degree. Now, I'd rather manifest heaven on earth. And I'm doing that by living heaven on earth. Harmonious living with Gaia. It's happening here and now, and it's so beautiful. But not knowing when my last day is going to be, I keep coming back to, okay, what do you want to leave behind, right? And for me, it's that impact of unconditional love and, these videos, right? These videos, like what am I creating? What am I breathing life into every single day that people can just learn about? And for me, that's, sacred geometry, 0 point energy, plasma, and what have you. And if that alone sets the tide for a more harmonious life, that's fine by me. Fine by me. Because all it takes is a simple shift in your thinking to get you on the right track to living our more harmonious life with Gaia, with Mother Earth. And so that's what I want to leave behind. And that's what I'm going to leave behind is this research on consciousness. And it all ties into plasma. It all ties into ether. All your conspiracy theories, they all go back to plasma technology and ether and 0-point energy. And that's what I learned after 2 years ago when I learned about the unified field, but a year ago when there was drone swarms over my house. And that's when I realized, oh my goodness, like I got to get my stuff together. I got to get my thinking straight and return to creation. And that's exactly what I'm doing, because now I know exactly what I'm going to leave behind. And that's why I'm called to teach our youth, because our kids are building a new earth. They've reincarnated in this reincarnation for a very, very definite reason. And it's really up to us to help them remember that awareness by encouraging them to go within, inside out learning. All kids have a unique genius. We all do. And they have a life purpose that they are meant to follow that ties into their unique genius. And it's up to us to help nurture that natural genius that is within. That's the impact that I want to leave. That's the impact that I want to make on the collective consciousness. These kids are building new earth. And if I'm meant to have a family, I'm meant to have a family. The right partner will manifest when I'm meant to have the right partner. And I wholeheartedly believe that the work that I'm doing is what I'm meant to be doing, because I know that I'm leaving a profound impact on the collective consciousness. The past 100 years, at least from my perspective, was outside in. We're going to tell you what we believe you're meant to learn, not nurturing your genius or your purpose. You're a worker, so go work. And that's okay. We're meeting that with unconditional love, because now is the time to do inside out learning and to nurture the genius within all of us. That's how we're healing the planet. And if tomorrow is my last day, we have all these videos. It's the beautiful part about all of it, and it's nothing to be sad about. We're meant to move on when we're meant to move on. But listen, this universe is a plasma universe. It's not physical. It's a plasma universe. And reincarnation is real, right? And 0-point energy exists. And ether and plasma, it's how all of this works. So with that newfound understanding, what seed are you going to plant for future generations? It's such a beautiful thought to contemplate. Right? So with that in mind, do some inner work. Like, the collective is going through a profound shift, and it's amazing. Having so much fun. It's happening here and now, in the eternal now. There's one thing that I can leave with you for this video, out of everything that I just went off on. It's that we're all manifesting in the eternal now. Like, everything is a projection of our mind, and it's a plasma universe, right? So we're all manifesting this together. We're manifesting in our own experience, but also externally as a collective. So keep that in mind with contemplating, okay, well, what do I want to leave behind? What impact do I want to make? How do I want to raise my kids? Inside out. Go within. Go within. The future is bright here and now, in the eternal now. And change happens in an instant. Plasma, 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 plasma. We're all manifesting in the eternal now. So what seed are you going to plant in the eternal now? Simple thought. Feeling of love and sharing that unconditionally and not asking for anything in return, not expecting anything in return, just doing it out of unconditional love. It's happening. It's happening here and now. And you are so beautiful. And there is a soul within your being, and that soul is infinite potential. Infinite potential. So, thank you for listening. If this resonated with you, let me know. I love you dearly, and we'll see you in the next one.